Morning, everybody. It's Andrew, the Urban Bayman, and I'm out with the Blizzard. We're at the top of Old Man's Pond. They named that for Brizzy's father. Well, they named it for my father. They named it for just about everybody's father. Old Man's Pond. The reason I stopped, well, I mean, obviously, you can see why we stopped. Look at the view, right? It is spectacular. Look at the sky. Look at the day. What is it, the 14th of June? I think maybe the 15th of June. I'm not exactly certain. 14th. Either way, we're getting a jump on the season this year. And I broke out the camera. I mean, obviously, it's spectacular. It's beautiful. But this pond provides us with a really valuable life lesson. Now, when we first started snowmobiling, and don't get me wrong, I've been snowmobiling all my life, but when we first came to the West Coast, we came out here to operate a ski lodge. And it didn't take us very long before we discovered the sport of snowmobiling, and there was no more skiing after that. There really wasn't. We didn't know the country very well, so we were constantly hiring guides. And one of the things the guides would always talk about were the ponds that had bad ice. A few flies starting to gather here now. Were ponds that had bad ice. Old Man's Pond was one of them. Deer Lake was a pond that was notorious, right? Crowd, Ron Penny and all them old skippers, they'd be talking about how bad the ice. You gotta watch that pond, boy. The bad ice in that pond. Bad ice. Bad ice in Deer Lake. Bad ice in Old Man's Pond. Bad ice in Serpentine Lake. Right? Constantly talking about ponds with bad ice. And, well, you know, for years we would avoid these ponds. And then, you know what it's like when you're young. And I'm talking 20, 25 years ago, guys. You know, you start to get braver, you start to get more adventuresome. You know, you get caught in a situation. Jonathan and I ended up having to cross Serpentine Lake one night. Thanks to Gary. We broke into his cabin on the other side. Well, we were supposed to meet him over there, but anyway, that's another story altogether. Point is that we started crossing these ponds. Then we started checking the ice in these ponds. And after a little bit of time, we began to recognize when these old skippers were talking about ponds with bad ice, they were talking about ponds you couldn't cross in a D8 dozer. Right, you got to remember, this is logging country. They were hauling logs. No, you wouldn't be able to cross Old Man's Pond, Deer Lake, or Serpentine Lake with a D8 dozer. But boys, now for as far as a snowmobile goes, or a fella on snowshoes, or a dog sled, or anything like that, well, that's a different world altogether. Idea about perspective, an idea about comparisons, some thoughts about questioning. Right? Sometimes we have to just learn, but then at the same time, really? What do you call bad ice? Why would this pond be so bad? I mean, Deer Lake, there's a river that runs through the middle of it. Serpentine, really just a widening of the river. Old Man's Pond, yeah, right, just some bad ice here, no good for a D8 dozer. You couldn't haul logs across that. You couldn't get them down to the middle. I'm Andrew McCarthy. I'm the Urban Bayman. I'll ask you to subscribe to our channel. Welcome back. Yay.